Hot 97 Midday Movement, DJ Drewski in the building, and we are celebrating New York Fashion Week. We got the guys from Daniel's Leather. We got Shah, the manager. Nadeem Waheed is here hanging out with us, getting ready for New York Fashion Week. Another one.
Another one, yeah. And this one is going to be bigger and better than anything we have done before.
We got to talk about some of the shows in the past. Talk about your story because it's very interesting. Because you've been in business now, 33 years?
Yes, and for 33 years in business, but my company, Daniel's Leather, exactly 30 years now.
30 years this year.
In 1995.
So break down the story of how Daniel's Leather even came about. Like how does one start? You having a successful business, but how do you even start a what is it that you do basically?
I think that if you are asking what makes us successful, then success comes. There's a lot of things involved. I think that you have to create a product that appeals to people. You have to have a level of service that people feel amazing about, and which happens because a lot of times when I personally pick up the phone and I call a customer and I say, how tall are you? How much you weigh? What is your favorite color? They do not expect to see someone calling them in person. You know, somebody sitting in Ohio and they want a quote, and I'm calling them. This is the kind of thing we do, and it's not just me. My whole team does that. So I think that, and then the quality of the merchandise, and we are very fairly priced. So all these things, when they blend together, it creates a perfect painting, I say.
Because you were in business at a time where leather jackets and fur jackets were like the thing. Like if you were popping, you had either leather on or fur. And so you've seen the stages of, you know, fashion and how things have changed, but still been able to maintain like that quality.
Very good question, actually. And it is true that at one time, I think you are young, so I'm surprised that you know this, but yes, there used to be like more than 100 leather stores in New York City.
Right.
And then suddenly the trend changed, whatever happened, and now we are down to like 8 or 9 stores that are doing some real business, if you think about it. But to have this kind of love from the community and still thriving, I think we are blessed.
How did you maintain through, like if stores are closing, because clearly they're not making money, how does Daniel's Leather stay open?
I think that we have this hunger to be always on top. And I always, one of my favorite lines that I say is that I don't want to be the number one, I want to be the only one. So the plan is to just make sure that when people think about a leather, when people think about a Pele, Avrix, or a nice shearling, or a nice fur, the only name that comes to their mind is Daniel's Leather. So this is the kind of intention that we work with. And we work hard, though. I mean, we're talking like 20, 21 hours a day in the season that can go on for 6, 7 months. We answer every phone call. Anything that we can do to make our customers happy.
Right. One thing I find unique, though, and Shah, you work with a lot of business owners and different people. Usually successful people in business that have been doing it for 30 plus years, they're assholes. Where he's actually still a nice, cool, humble guy, right? So it's like, if I go ask people 10 years from, that was working with you, would they consider you an asshole? Because sometimes you have to be aggressive. You have to be, that mentality of being number one and being on top turns you into what people would assume an asshole. But when every time I see you and just your interactions and the way people talk about you, is never in that type of tone.
Yeah, I think that, people fall under this false illusion that they're going to be on top forever. Everything that goes up must come down. And then the question is that when you are down, how do people talk about you? How do they remember you? So, it's good to be confident, but you should never be cocky. And I think humility is a very, very good trait. And that's how we should be. And especially, we should be more loving towards the people that do have either less money or less in any way. We should be more kind to them. I think that it's a good trait to have.
Right. Do you feel like maybe that also helped the success of the business, is being a decent human being?
I learned a long time ago that whatever is good morally is also good for your business. So absolutely people connect to that humility. When they come to the store, they are expecting something else, but then they see how it's just not me. It trickles down to all my employees too. you will come and it would feel like you are a part of the family. This is what everyone feels, and they fall in love with the store.
Right. But it starts at the top.
It always
Right?
starts at the
Starts
top.
at the top.
Since I met him, he's always been a fair person. You know, he's about his business, but he's very fair, and,
Right.
and very loyal, and very upfront. You know, if he has an issue, he's gonna let you know about it. But you know, it's fair.
Right.
So you know, you can't do nothing but accept it and respect it.
And that's him with his business, with Daniel's Leather and the coats, and now stepping into a whole nother realm of like New York Fashion Week and putting together these shows. That's a whole different business in a sense, right? You're taking what you already established and now applying it to this whole new thing that you've been involved with, working with him, putting these shows together. How's that process been, just kind of from the beginning of planning these shows a few years back to now this year, the ideas you guys are going with, the people you're including, like how's that journey been?
It's been a very good journey. You know, it has some ups and downs, but it's very good. A friend of mine named Charlie Brown, he came to me and said, you know, let's speak to Daniel about doing some shows. And I was like, let's do it. Then, you know, I kind of grabbed my partner, Callie, and then we've been working since. It's been about, I don't know, maybe about 4 years now. We did about maybe 15 shows within that 4 years, because we did shows in Miami, we did LA Fashion Week, we did stuff in Atlanta, we did Miami Swim Week. So right now we're getting offered to do a show in the Virgin Islands.
And also another offer came from Qatar.
Wow.
You know? So it's been a journey, but it's exciting. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world.
Right.
And I have a great team.
Do you actually enjoy that process of things, the fashion shows and putting it in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Shah has like. I think Shah is
Finessed you. He
everywhere.
finessed you.
I mean, so you know, we sit down and we say, okay, we're gonna have 40 people max in the show, right? From 40, it starts growing up. He keep on sending people and more people and more people. Then it goes to about 100, and then it's still going on. There are more people coming in. And then I pick up the phone and I say, Shah, how are we going to handle this? But it's like everybody want to be in the show.
Right,
You know,
right.
How do you turn people down? How do you turn down people that you have been friends with for years?
Right.
How you turn
Customers.
down the models? I mean, so I try to keep myself out of the casting call because I have just so many friends.
Right.
So, you know, we are doing 2 shows. We are doing one on September 12th. That's with Alexander Evans, very talented guy. Now, on that show, it's a different story. So, you know, he handles everything. We keep it at 30-40. I call the shows with the Shah, I call them the people's show. So,
Right.
that you know where we are right now, Shah? We are at about 200 models. And I was telling him, how am I going to, even, you know, to make sure that everybody get the code that they're supposed to get. And it's not stopping. We are still getting requests.
adding more people.
I don't know if he's going to add them or what he's going to do.
Well, the people love Nadeem. You know, he's the people's designer. You know,
Right.
he has luxury. It's like I'm gonna quote this from my good friend Red Cafe. It's like ghetto luxury. You know, it's like it's luxury, but it's for us, and the people love him. You know, so these people that will never get a chance to walk in maybe a
Dior show.
Dior
right.
show, but they'll get a chance to walk in something that's luxurious as his brand.
Right.
So that's why the people love him, and they're going to keep coming. Like I have DMs that's flooded right now with people that I'm telling no to. So I do tell them no, but and I think in my opinion we have the most celebrities that walk in our show as well. You know, one year
Right.
we brought Wendy Williams out. Shout out to Will, the boss, for putting that together. So we have huge shows that we put together, and this year we have just as much celebrities.
Because not just in the fashion shows, but just some of your clients, some of your customers that come to the store over the years. For people that have maybe never heard of Daniel's Leather and why you're here at Hot 97 and why we're celebrating you and doing these shows, who are some of the like celebrities that stuck out to you, like that you think about or say, wow, they really came to my store. They really, came to me for their look.
So, there's a lot of them actually. I mean, most of the time, this work is done through the stylist or the people in the middle.
Right.
But yeah, there are people that also are linked to me directly. So, I mean, I love when Rick Ross is in the store. I mean, it's
The
just
boss.
he's just
Boss.
Is
he's
he
hilarious.
like when you know Rick Ross is coming? Is there a specific rack you put together, knowing okay, I know what he likes?
Most of the time they surprise me. But I pretty much have an idea of what I know all of them, so I know what they like. So
Right.
like Shah is surprised sometimes whenever somebody comes and I pull one coat out and it's like and I think, how do you know out of 10,000 coats?
Right.
I said, this is the only gift I have. So if you tell me to open a door, I wouldn't know how to do, but I know my stuff. Fat Joe is like my brother. We go back so many years, and when he comes, I love his energy. He's amazing. There's such a long list. I don't even know. Mary J. Oh, how can I forget Mary?
Right.
With Mary, I'll tell you a funny story. That normally she comes around like a week before Christmas. So she buys a lot when she comes. So she comes and she's on this buying spree, and even I'm getting nervous. And I'm looking at the girl that handles the finance. She's looking at me, and I'm telling her, "Can you tell her to stop now?" And she thinks, "Why don't you tell her to stop?" I said,
Right, right.
I'm not gonna tell
You're
her to
going
stop.
back and forth.
So this is how Mary buys.
Shout out to Kai Sanat, who you said came recently.
Amazing guy.
Bless his whole team. Get what y'all want.
I mean, he's one of those celebrities that I love for the fact that how he treats everybody around him. It reminded me of me. So obviously I can relate to that. But basically it was all these young kids with him, a lot of guys, a lot of girls. And he literally told them, whatever you want to buy, just pick whatever you like. He did not ask the price. He didn't want to know what it is. That is very generous.
Right. And for people that might have never bought a fur or a chinchilla or leather, these jackets are not, they're not cheap.
No, they are not cheap. But I must add that like my fur coat, that is $5,000. I have seen the same coat on some big brands that I'm not going to mention the name,
right,
for $55,000.
Same quality.
We laugh about it. We say that these people are just like literally robbing people.
Right. What's the most expensive coat you've sold in your store?
I think that I did this work for Gucci Mane. It was he wanted a chinchilla for him, for his wife, and the 2 kids, and it was a very high amount. But in my store, we have Russian sables that can go up to $30,000-$40,000. The Lynx coats that are $25,000-$30,000. So we have those coats.
Who buys more expensive coats, rappers or athletes?
I think that athletes' money is more real, I would say.
So the athletes are in there going crazy.
Like, Carmelo is a very good friend of mine, loves good stuff, and always he likes good stuff, so he buys good stuff.
So for this season, and especially for this show, what's trending? Like, what do you see as the uptrend? What jackets are moving faster? What jackets are selling more?
We are doing like a whole bunch of different things. The line is just amazing. That's why we needed 2 shows. But I think that I have done a lot of shellings with fox trimmings that are going to be great. We are doing some new fur coats, which are very nice. And then we have come up with this crop. The girls love the crop coats.
Right.
So we have this fitted on the waist, leather at the bottom, and then big, luxurious fur hood, which is amazing. We did a lot of big shawls which go with the dresses, because there's a lot of people going on these red carpet events. And then for the kids, Shah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
what are you making for the kids?
Kids, and this year, we did this twice already. We did something for people with disabilities, and we love to shine a light on them.
My favorite part of the show.
Yes,
Tell them about it, please.
Yeah, so we have about maybe 20 to 30 people that are just in wheelchairs, kids with autism and cerebral palsy and stuff like that we're going to give an opportunity to be on the runway and showcase their stuff during Fashion Week in a very respectful manner. Also, a lot of celebrities will be walking in our Kids and Family show, such as yourself.
Yes, I'm excited.
I just had a conversation.
You are walking. That's why
I'm walking.
We just had a conversation.
He got a nice coat. Wait till you see him walk.
I know Mano's trying to get his proper walk on, so I gotta outwalk him. So any tips you could give me to outwalk him and look better than Mano, let me know, please.
I got you. We just finished having a conversation with a young lady from Power. That was Ghost's wife. Please, I forget her name. What's her name?
Actress.
Actress.
Okay.
She's supposed to be participating in the show as well. Couple of WNBA players, and that's just our family show,
right?
Then we have a lot of big performances in our last show. We got Red Cafe. I think he has performed in a while, so he's coming out. He has a new album coming out, so he's gonna perform. Diamond the Body from Baddies. We have some special things that's gonna happen.
And there's always surprise guests that pop out.
Always surprised
At the last minute, I
minute.
remember in one of these shows, the people that we had no clue, the show that got shut down because we had so many people trying to get in that it created a
It was
situation.
Crazy.
Ray Kwan was waiting outside. He couldn't come in. Dream Doll was outside. She couldn't come in. It was just insane.
Yeah,
it
and
was
it's only gonna get crazier and crazier every year.
Yeah, that is true.
So remind them one more time the dates for this year.
September 16th.
September 16th. I have 2 shows going on inside of HK Hall.
Okay.
One show starts at 4:00, and then our night show starts at 8:00. So our first
And that
show
September
is
12th show is by invitation only, so
Got it.
that's only for the people from the.
But the 16th, if people want to
16th is
come
the
out
one,
and just
yes.
watch the
16th,
show, they could come out and watch the show.
absolutely.
Is the show
That's
for
the-
the people.
that's gonna be something
that's
else.
Right.
Shout out to all my team. I appreciate everybody for being a part of it. Thank you, Tuesday.
Yes.
London, Cali's finest, Paris, everyone for helping me put this
Right.
show together.
You got a great team.
Yes,
Great
I have
team.
a great team.
My last
And
question
thank
for
Daniel,
you,
for letting us
outside of this,
theme. Yes.
for him, is
Yes.
that, you hear like these jewelers, right? The guys that sell jewelry, they have these nightmare stories of how they will bless someone to wear the jewelry and then it's never returned. Has that happened to you? Like, is there anyone we need to put on blast that never brought back a fur and started blocking you and not returning your calls?
There is someone very famous. It happened only and only one time. And I always say that I can forgive myself if I make a mistake one time, but I will never forgive myself if it ever happens again.
Okay.
So after that, we have a very strict protocol in place, and that requires a security deposit. There's a time limit to how long they can use the code. After that, the rental fee kick in. So we have a very good system. So only once.
It happened
And,
one time. Was it
and,
a artist or athlete?
It was an athlete.
An athlete.
Yes, I will just narrow it down to say that it was a boxer, but I'll just stop there.
And we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to leave it.
Yeah.
See, he's a nice guy. He don't even want to call people out that do him dirty. I like this. I like this. Good guy right here. Daniel's Leather Fashion Show, New York Fashion Week. Make sure you tap in. How can they get all the information? What's the best way?
You could DM me at Shah the manager if you want tickets in advance, but I'm not really doing that right now. It's first come, first serve at the door.
Okay.
But
Just gotta
if-
pull
if
up.
we know you, then we'll try to do something in advance. Our first row seats for the second show are sold out already. There's
Damn.
no more room for.
And
no
there
more
are
for a row.
hundreds of my DMs. My Instagram is full of DMs of people
Crazy,
trying
eh?
to see how they can buy the ticket. It is a blessing, but sometimes we are more worried about it getting too overcrowded.
Right,
than
right,
anything
right.
else.
But we definitely have a lot of security. We reached out to all the proper enforcement. So, please just come with respect.
Right.
And shout out to my people at the Hip Hop Police.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to the
I
guys
had to
over
make
there.
that phone call to them immediately.
September 16th. We'll see you New York City, New York Fashion Week. Daniel's Leather, DJ Drewski. I will be in the show, so make sure you pop out. Peace.